Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tabitha and today we are going to talk about debt financing. So debt financing is one of the topic of financial accounting. And how do we need debt financing and how do business use it to make profit or maybe run the business? So imagine you have an idea of a certain business. You have this idea, but you don't have money. So what do? Do you just like drop it and wait until the time that you get the money? What if you never get the money? And then that idea would just go like that. So debt financing is an option where the company, like a company or individual, can raise money so they can start a business or maybe run the idea or debt financing to support their business growth. So it's help in different ways. So if you're new to this channel, please subscribe for more videos and I will appreciate your support. So now let's get into it and see how we can end this day. Agendas of these videos are: what is debt financing, the type of loans, and advantages and disadvantages of debt financing, and what are the recommendations? What are your options? How can you really manage risks and be able to grow using other people's money without really hurting yourself? So disadvantages and advantages for debt financing. You want to really make good use of advantages instead and try to reduce the disadvantages for you to maximize the benefit of debt financing. And then the recommendation. So what is now the debt financing in simple terms and why we will want to use debt financing? So debt financing is an act of borrowing, right? So you raise fund or capital that you will need to use in your business or run to your ideas by borrowing money that is required to be paid on a later date. So some people will do year, some people do monthly, some are doing bi-weekly. So it depends. So when you raise fund, you are borrowing. So you're doing the debt financing. Now let's look at more information. So when you have to borrow someone money and it's not your money, so what you need to understand is that this money comes with interest, which is the cost of borrowing. Most of the time, the borrower have to pay back the money plus something. It's like rent. You have rent your money, now you're paying it back with the cost of borrowing. Others require, if the loan is very big and it's very huge, some companies, instead of asking you to pay it all at once, they will put you on monthly or bi-weekly payment for both short-term and long-term, right? So it depends with the lender. So if they give you those minimum payment monthly, you have to make sure that you pay them on time. Otherwise, it's going to affect you in so many different ways and affect your business credit. So let's look at the loans. What are these options that you have for debt financings? So some people will go to the bank, like some companies now, like TD, Bank of Montreal, RBC, they have programs that they give to small businesses for them to start businesses by supporting them with finance. And that those loans, you have to pay them back with interest. So you have to really understand what are your options and how much interest do you have to pay, because if you know your numbers at front, and then you will have no any problem declining the loan if you think it's not going to benefit you in a good way. So financial companies also give loans, peer-to-peer lending. Peer-to-peer lending, it's like going to a friend and then you say like, give me $1,000, I'm going to do this with it, and I'll pay you back and then give it back. Most of the peer-to-peer lending is always risky because some friend or family members might not pay you back again and you lose the money. The government subsidized loan. There are government subsidized loans. So the government subsidized loans are given to small businesses that help them to grow or given to individuals who want to start business. So if they want to start business, this loan are subsidized. You pay less interest on this and it's for your own benefit. So when you grow, so you can now run to your idea and make more money from it and pay back the government. Now, so let's look more into the advantages of debt financing. Why is it important? What are some of the things that you benefit from? So most of the debt financing, it helps small business keep running. So if they go short of funds, they have options that they can use to keep doing business. The tax are tax deductible. So if you pay interest, that interest could be deducted from your taxable income, which reduce your tax bill at the end of the year. Low interest rates are available. So most of the time you have that option. So if you cannot afford to pay for higher interest one, you can go for low interest rate that will help you, give you that room for you to run a business. Of the advantages for debt financings. So what are some of these more benefit that we have when we do debt financing? Debt financing. So debt financing, it helps you to fuel growth. So if you have been stuck and you want to add more ideas, more product into your business, maybe more of the marketing strategies or thing that you want to do to help your company grow, you will have that option of having the money to do that. So it help establish business credit. So if you have already had a loan and you paid off, that one is building your credit. So when next time you need this opportunity of getting a debt, so you can come and invest and do this, and then it will help because you have a business credit that is already built. Small businesses save money through subsidized funds. So like the government subsidized fund help you run your business without fear, right? Because you are also paying low interest, so it doesn't really hurt that much. So every problem that have, everything that have advantages, it always have disadvantages. So these disadvantages, how are we going to reduce them or try to work around it? Qualifying can be difficult. Maybe you have messed up your credit in the past and now nobody wants to trust you with their money, so it becomes difficult for you. You have the idea, but you don't have the money to run your idea. High interest. So high interest affect people from taking debt finance, even if they have all the idea to work on. High interest, you make the calculation, you see, oh, this is not going to be worth it, so you will leave it alone. If not managed well, debt financing that could impact the credit rating. Once it affect your credit rating, the future opportunities will be closed. Okay, so you have to be careful and manage your debt. Debt management is a good thing. You will need collateral. Some loan, they will want to be sure that if you default payment, we have something that we can take from you. So if you don't have that collateral, you are declined. Okay. So more disadvantages of debt financing. No recommendation. So what are some of the things that you have to do? Write it down. You're doing debt financing. What are you looking for? What are you looking for? So do you have an option of equity financing? Equity financing is like based on your own equity, like people who have houses that has real equity, they could use the equity to finance some of your businesses instead of taking the debt finance, the government grant instead of credit cards. So government grant always come with lower interest as compared to credit card. So people will prefer the government grant. Some people will want to get lower interest and they want to negotiate, get option that give them lower interest. So they will be able to manage and run the business without worrying about accumulating big debt. So lower interest instead of higher interest. And another thing is, if you are required to do monthly payments, minimum payment, you can pay monthly minimum payment or more, so you can really speed up the repayment process of your loan, which will build your credit in the long term. So those are the recommendation. And if you like this video, please subscribe for more videos, and I will see you next time.